Hello Sagittarius, this is your reading for April 2021 and I am a bit worried here, but let's start with you here. I feel there is something here you're not seeing, and I'm saying that because usually the High Priestess is the one who sees what is unseen, who has access to everything that is unknown to you right now. But I feel here with all these cards that are happening here, it feels like you're not connecting to this High Priestess, while what the card really is asking you to do is to connect to everything that you know on a deeper level. But it feels like you don't want to see it because you have this fire burning in you, have this idea, you have this new thing that you want to do. But I'm looking at all these cards and I'm looking at this tower here at the end, and that's where I feel that this card really should be like this, you know, like a reversed card. I'm reading it really in the negative sense. I mean, this is good. You have the energy, you have something in your mind that you want to do and you want to take action already. But I feel there is this need for you to see deep within yourself and to acknowledge the things you already know. Because it feels to me like you are afraid. And this comes from a mentor of mine. Because this card, you know, reading it like I read it now, it feels like you're afraid to really acknowledge that you know what you already know. And that you know that whatever you're going to do here is going to end in a tower. And a tower is, okay, a tower is not necessarily bad. I mean, towers, I'm going to start here. Towers are not bad because towers make way for new stuff, but first the old stuff has to go. And that can be rough because it is cutting out the foundation. It's cutting away the things that you thought were good. And I feel it has to do with this new thing that you're going to do. So Sagittarius, going here, let's start here. I'm going to also read this, but later. So first of all, I'm going to start here with the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands here in this row, because we have all difficult cards here. We have a Nine of Wands, we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Five of Cups. I feel these are difficult cards. These are cards where it tells me you are standing in front of some challenges, some things you're going to do. So the thing that you want to do here with the Wands, it's going to prove a little bit more difficult than you thought it would be. It's going to bring a little bit more problems and challenges and new challenges and things you didn't expect. That's how this Nine of Wands feels to me. It's like you want to do this because the Nine of Wands tells me to, but there are some challenges that you're going to need to overcome, and it's going to be harder than you think because you also have this Seven of Swords. I feel this Seven of Swords in a way is repeating here. These wands are repeated in the swords. In this case, it's in the air realm, so about more thinking. I think these obstacles here, what's happening here when you face them and you challenge these challenges, these obstacles and these problems, you're going to start to think hard about them, but it's going to be hard. It feels like you don't see it all. Again, this High Priestess, for me, it's really like reversed. For me, and I'm going to leave it like that because I don't use reversed cards, but sometimes from the context and the connotations of the other cards and how they fall, I either read the card in a positive or a negative way. And here I feel she's not the High Priestess, the good one. I feel she is the one that doesn't want to see, although she knows, but she doesn't want to. And I think that is you not wanting to see, because you know there are going to be problems. It feels like you already know that. And it feels also that when you are encountering them, you're going to think hard about them. You're going to, observe. It feels like here you're going to also learn from here. Because these problems and challenges are going to bring you insights. And these insights are going to bring you to this Five of Cups. And I feel this Five of Cups is you starting to realize about which cups you want and which cups you don't want. Starting to realize what you want for yourself and what you need to let go of in order for your life to go forward again, to move forward again. Because I feel that everything here feels a bit stuck. It feels heavy. It feels painful even. Five of Cups, painful. There is this feeling of loss. There is this feeling of being alone, being trapped as well, but also a little bit being, how do I say it, being stuck in the back. And there are things you know, these fishes are surprising elements you start to see once you're in the situation here, once you're dealing with these problems and challenges, and once you really start to observe them and think about them, you're starting to see some things that may surprise you. And then the Two of Pentacles, it feels like you're really in front of a choice. And that choice that you're going to make will implicate that the whole foundation is going to be turned upside down. And you will feel a little bit like the world is upside down for a moment. But I think it needs to happen. Because this Tower is here at the end because it tells me this needs to happen. The erasing of that foundation, the erasing of the things you know and are used to need to happen. It needs to be upside down a bit. You have to experience that upside downness. Now here, okay, we see here a woman embracing a tree and she's getting, you know, all the energy from the tree. But I feel here I'm going by the word. I'm really going about the word experiencing. It feels like here, when you want to do this thing, which is going to be challenging and is going to end up in this tower, you don't want to experience. You don't want to experience what you already know. And here, you need to experience it before you start to realize that it's not really good for you and that you will need to make some choices. And it's actually, I feel it's you putting this world, your own world, upside down, because I feel that usually the Tower is some external thing that comes in and that puts everything sort of, whoa, what is happening? But I feel here it's really you that's going to be that Tower, that is going to say, okay, now I want to see. And when you want to see, okay, this High Priestess, I'm going to turn it like this again with this Tower. You see and you start to realize and acknowledge what you already knew deep inside. Now let's see what other cards are coming out. I feel this is going to be heavy, and I don't see this Tower really end of April. I feel this Tower is further out. I'm seeing this more like May, even June. I feel this is so heavy for me. I'm sorry, Sagittarius, I don't want to make you afraid or anything, but it's going to be a little bit of a heavy energy, and it's going to be on your path for a bit. Okay, I'm just going to pull them first and then I'm going to see how they relate. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups here, the Strength, the King of Swords. Yeah, the King of Swords here is decision-making time. I like this one, but so the Nine of Wands, challenges ahead, but in a way, this one is good because there is, you know, you have the resources to deal with the challenges, and that can also be financial resources. So if these challenges have a financial nature or maybe a financial element or aspect to the challenges, it doesn't have to be only finances. The resources are there to deal with it. So you're willing to do that. You also have the energy to deal with those challenges, which is a good thing. And that energy I feel also coming from this Knight of Wands, because you really think what you're doing is really what you want to do. Now the Seven of Swords and the Queen of Cups. When you start observing, you know, what is happening here, and you start to think about it more and to rationalize things more, you're also going to see how emotionally you were in this whole thing. Because I feel this Knight of Wands, where it is very passionate and it wants to do what it wants to do, it can be also very obstinate and stubborn because it wants to do what it wants to do. And I feel this Queen of Cups is sort of you realizing that, you know, it's realizing that, yeah, it's not going to be that easy. It is also you realizing that there is a big emotional element to the whole thing as well. That Queen knows how to deal with the emotions, yes, but I feel here it's more like telling me that you're going to see the emotional element of it because you were not before, and now you're opening your eyes to that. The Five of Cups, where you start to realize, again, this is cups, so here you start to realize there's an emotional element that doesn't add up. It feels like it doesn't add up. I also see this Queen a little bit as upside down. This Five of Cups, when you start to realize that whatever you thought here you wanted is not really what you wanted, and there are some surprising elements here that will come to light as the whole process unfolds, you're going to have to be really calm, patient, but also strong. Temper, you know, your instincts, temper your anger, and deal with the situation a little bit, you know, in a calm way, cold way, because you will have to make decisions, and that King of Swords tells me that you'll have to make the decisions with a cold head, not with a hot head, not with an emotional head, but with a cold head, and then cut through it, you know, really decide. And that will bring in the Tower, but it will also bring in, you know, how do I say it? It will also bring in a new start. I feel this Nine of Pentacles, usually it's reaping rewards. And yes, it will be reaping the rewards of the Tower. The rewards of the Tower will be a new garden, a new way of living, a new way of being. So that is the reward of the Tower. That's how I read this card. So let's have a look. I'm going to pull another card randomly from here. And this is Osho Zen Tarot, which is sometimes a bit strange. So let's have a look. Yeah. The Inner Voice, again, this is the same card as here, because this is the High Priestess. It's the number 2, so it's the number 2. It's the High Priestess. It's really telling me that you already know what you don't want to know, but you know it. Don't ignore that inner voice. That inner voice is also going to be very important in seeing here, but it feels like you first need to experience the hardship, the difficulty, the pain, the hurt. You need to experience that before this Queen, and this Queen is going to be like this. But in the end, it's going to be your inner voice, your inner wisdom. So the things that you don't want to see here or don't want to know here, in the end, you'll acknowledge them. And you also acknowledge the fact that you already knew. But sometimes we need to have, we need to hit that brick wall, and we need to experience first before we learn. Okay, so 2 more advice cards. So we have again a 9 of Wands, like here. This 9 of Wands tells me, okay, the obstacles, you'll be able to deal with them because you also have that Knight of Pentacles, the resources. So also the inner energy to deal with the obstacles, and you're willing to do that again. So be willing. But also I feel this card is asking you, be open to see the challenges for what they are. Look at that as, so don't rationalize them. Don't make them smaller than they are, because they are quite important, because they are important for you to start observing here. And we have another, sorry for this, so the 7 of Swords, where you're learning from these 9 of Wands. So again, this 9 of Wands, I feel it's asking you, if you encounter problems of challenges, be very observant observing. Look at, at the real thing that is happening. And the Six of Swords, yeah, it tells me that you have to know that if you're going on this journey, everything will be in transition. Nothing will be very sure or certain, because you'll feel like you are on a journey. And it is a journey. This is going to be a journey. It's going to end with the Tower, but it's going to be a journey. And the journey, it feels hard, because look at the card. It's not an easy journey. It's a Six of Swords. And in this deck, I feel it's a bit like a sad card and a dark card. So it's not going to be an easy journey. So please, Sagittarius, take care of yourself. And if you could listen to this voice first, that would be great. But I feel you have to do this because of this experiencing card. So take care of yourself, Sagittarius. This is your reading for the month of April. Give me a like on YouTube if you like this video. Follow me there. You can follow me on Instagram. I am on Facebook. I am also on Pinterest, putting these out there. So you can find me anywhere on social media. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your support. And see you soon for the next reading. Bye, Sagittarius.